Hi there, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Famous Interviews with Famous People. I am your wonderful host, Devin Shotsky, and today we have a very special guest. A man whose mere image makes children all over the world smile.
Santa Claus?
He raped me, remember?
Oh, yeah.
We have the Kool-Aid Man. Wait, where's the Kool-Aid Man?
Oh, yeah!
Why the hell do you have to do that? We can't afford to fix the studio every time someone breaks something. We're a cheap show. Look at the camera. It's made out of cardboard.
That's how I enter. I crash through the wall. Oh, yeah! It's kind of my thing, you know. Michael Jordan plays basketball. Pete Rose plays baseball and gets caught gambling. I burst through the walls. Oh, yeah!
Now, do you ever wonder how much damage you've caused over the years?
Well, I never thought about it. People just keep inviting me to places. They know I'm going to burst through the walls, and I just figured they know it's coming, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah!
I have a figure right here that says you caused over $50 million worth of damage over the years.
That's a lot of money. That figure can't be right. I couldn't have caused that much damage over the years. That has to be high. Let me see. There's got to be something wrong with your math there. Maybe you're not drinking enough Kool-Aid. I mean, how many walls does it say that I burst through?
Over 6,200 walls you've burst through.
Damn, that's a lot of walls. Really, that figure seems really freaking high. I couldn't have burst through that many walls. I mean, I've burst through a lot of walls over the years, but man, that seems kind of impossible. Dude, somebody is lying to you. Oh, yeah!
Well, you've been doing this for over 36 years. That means you burst through over 172 walls a year.
Wow. That is a lot of walls. I mean, I never noticed it before, but yeah, man, that is a lot of walls. I do have over like 100 appearances over the years, so that could very well be. Because, I mean, I burst through walls. Oh, yeah?
Now, Kool-Aid Man, what's your favorite type of wall to burst through?
Well, I'm still kind of shocked at the damage. I mean, I'm not a monster. Just think of all that money places have had to spend just because I've wanted to do a certain entrance. That's horrible. I could have broke people just to do my entrance. Man, I think I kind of am a monster.
Up here, Kool-Aid Man, look at me. We're doing an interview. Favorite type of wall?
It's just, I didn't realize. The figure just made all those walls real to me somehow. I mean, I know I broke through a lot of walls, but I didn't realize just how many random walls I broke through. How many good people had to pay hard-earned money just to repair my walls for my stupid entrance?
Kool-Aid Man, we're doing an interview. Interview. Favorite type of wall to burst through?
Brick. Yeah, it'd have to be brick. But wow, that is a lot of walls over the years. I vow right now to stop breaking a wall. Except, well, you got a nice wall over there. Can I break that one? I mean, I know it's costing people money for me to do my entrance, but just one last time, you know. Just break one more wall.
Yeah, that's great. Maybe you could have started a little earlier and not burst through our wall.
Look, I didn't realize it. I mean, I'm glad you brought it to my attention. And I'm sure I'm going to pay to fix your wall. I mean, how much do you think it is? It'll be like $5, $10, something like that? I mean, I've never fixed a wall before.
No, I'm thinking more like $500,000.
Wow, walls are really expensive. I didn't know. I mean, okay, I have some money in the bank. I can have it wired to you. I mean, you can have your wall fixed. I mean, maybe do it tomorrow. the banks are closed today, so I mean, I just didn't know.
Woohoo! We're going to Aruba!
What's that?
Now, Kool-Aid Man, how exactly do you burst through the walls? Are you like super strong or something?
Well, early in my career, I used a sledgehammer, but that was really time-consuming and monotonous. Now I use dynamite. Oh yeah! And in the explosion, I run through so it looks like I'm breaking through the wall.
Now, is there a Mrs. Kool-Aid Man?
No, I'm not currently married. My wife divorced me back in 2007, and I just haven't remarried yet. You know, I've been thinking about it. But man, marriage is a lot of work, and I really enjoy spending my free time spreading the gospel of Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid, yeah!
Now, how exactly are you filled with Kool-Aid? Are you just filled with it? Is it your blood? How exactly does this work?
Well, I'm actually just a really strong pitcher made of an unbreakable alloy. They just fill me with Kool-Aid, and I don't really need it. But they fill me with it so that I can help spread the Kool-Aid around.
So, do people drink you?
Yes, typically I bring several pitchers of Kool-Aid with me to every appearance, but sometimes I'll run out and I'll just have to pour myself to the people so they can enjoy the refreshing taste of Kool-Aid. Oh yeah!
That's just kind of odd. They're drinking you.
Well, they're not really drinking me, they're drinking the Kool-Aid inside of me. It's quite strange sometimes. But it's no big deal. The people, they just seem to love the Kool-Aid. And I have to give the people what they love.
Speaking of odd, I've never seen any genitalia on you.
I have genitalia, but as I said, I'm a pitcher, I'm not really a person, so my genitalia isn't where people's genitalias are. My genitalia is behind my left ear. It's kind of a squishy hole.
So Kool-Aid Man, you're actually a woman?
No. I'm all man, baby. Oh man, just look at me. Just us pitchers, we use different genitalia than humans do. So I have pitcher genitalia. I'm really quite complicated, but we're quite a different species than humans.
Now, you said it's behind your left ear, but I don't see any ears on you.
Well, I don't have human ears either, but I do have ears. They're on either side of my head. There's just small black groove. Those are my ears. Once again, I'm a pitcher, and pitchers are a different species, you know.
Okay, Kool-Aid Man, what was it like growing up?
Well, my mother was typically a tea pitcher, and my father typically carried beer. You know how it is. When those two get together, it's unusual, but they really loved each other, and you could tell no matter how bad it got, they were going to stay together.
Yeah, I have no idea how that is.
Everyone knows how a tea pitcher and a beer pitcher get along. It's just amazing that they stayed together throughout their entire lifetimes. Absolutely amazing.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Well, I don't have that large of a family, really. There's only 2 kids, me and my brother. He works for a software company now creating computer games. He's really shied away from being a pitcher.
Now, you had a game on the television and the Atari 2600. How did that come about?
Well, it was in the 80s and the mad rush of everything was on, and I don't know who pitched me the idea. I mean, we were all doing blow, and all of a sudden I was doing a video game, and it was just like, man, I really don't even remember how this whole video game thing came about, but dude, it was the 80s.
It sucked. It was a very, very, very bad game.
Well, that was the 80s for you. Everybody was stoned or drunk or doing things you do back in the 80s. Like messing with those cell phones that looked like bricks. Whoever thought those would take off? I mean, now I got this little cell phone thing and I put it down and I lose it, but man, whoever thought the cell phones in the 80s would take off?
Yeah, you should be beat with the mackerel until death for that game.
Don't joke about that. That's like the ultimate torture for a pitcher. That's just wrong. And you shouldn't have said it. I demand an apology right now.
I I am sorry you made a horrible game.
That's not what I mean. You know it. Being beat with a mackerel is horrible. You know, back in the 80s, the English beat one of our leaders to death with a mackerel just because he wanted to have freedom. Freedom! Oh, yeah!
No, I didn't know that, nor did I care.
It was horrible, and they did it in front of everyone, right down in the square of town. It was the worst atrocity ever done to us pitchers, and we can never forgive the English for it.
Okay, Kool-Aid Man, do you have a name?
I was born Mordecai Hyman Gorshkaisk. I used that name for many years, and throughout college, and even into my early acting careers. When I was picked up to be the Kool-Aid Man, I continued to use it for a while, and then had it changed back in the 80s. Yeah, those were some wild times to be the Kool-Aid Man.
So you got ahead in Hollywood because you were Jewish.
I wouldn't say it got me ahead in Hollywood. I think it was my sparkling personality and the way I used to say quick catchphrases. It was my wit and my ability that really got me ahead in Hollywood.
Sure it was. No, it was probably sucking Kraft's dick.
I resent that. I have never kissed ass or ever done anything inappropriate to get ahead in my life. It was my personality and my wits that got me this job and kept me this job for this many years.
Okay. You got ahead in Hollywood because of your personality. Now, what's it like being the Kool-Aid Man?
Yep, it's really been fun traveling all over the place, handing out Kool-Aid. I did a birthday party when all this started as the Kool-Aid Man, but my life really just got too busy anymore to do anything. I mean, mainly, I do conventions and sporting events now.
So, you just go around and hand out Kool-Aid.
Well, mainly take pictures with the kids, hand out Kool-Aid, have some laughs, have some fun. It's a wonderful job. Hell, it's not really even a job, it's just a lot of fun.
Why can't there be a Coke Man who goes around and hands out Coke?
Well, there was back in the 80s. I think he was named like Ricardo or something. That guy was a blast. I mean, you'd be like, yeah, hey, Ricardo, we need some Coke, and he'd rush us over a kilo or two. Oh, wait, you were talking about the drink.
Okay. It's good to know that the Kool-Aid Man is on drugs.
Well, I've been clean for about 15 years now, haven't touched the stuff. But man, back in the 80s, they were just awesome. We were doing something new, Coke, LSD, heroin, you name it, I tried it. It was crazy time back then.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman told me not to do crack.
Dude, you're right. You should not do crack. But LSD is freaking awesome. It really gives you that euphoric feeling and lets you confront problems that you never knew before. All your troubles just seem to go away, and you're so happy about everything. The colors are brighter, the flowers smell better. It's amazing.
Well, I'm glad no one watches the show, because the Kool-Aid Man just told us to do crack and LSD.
It's just the greatest drug ever created. It's absolutely amazing. You should totally do it all day long. It's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Talking about it, I just gotta go. You see, I'll see you later.
Well, this has been Famous Interviews with Famous People. See you next time.